Have you ever felt the profound, aching despair when your loyal steed falls in Red Dead Redemption 2? That gut-wrenching feeling isn't just brilliant storytelling, it's the ingenious horse bonding system's devastating impact. Over the course of this video, we'll dissect how this deceptively simple mechanic forges such an intense, unbreakable connection, making every ride, every thunderous gallop, and every heartbreaking farewell reverberate deep within your soul. Alright, so let me take you back to the very beginning of my Red Dead Redemption journey. You know the hype when you finally get your hands on a game you've been waiting for a while. Yeah, that was me. I bought the game, sat through the loading screen, and immediately felt like I was stepping into something huge. The snow, the music, the atmosphere, it all just hit different. But honestly, the thing that hooked me wasn't the guns or the outlaws, it was the horse. My very first horse, the Raven Black Shire gifted to you by Hosea. Something about this one just stood out, it felt right. So of course I gave it a name, and that was it. Suddenly, this wasn't just some in-game mount. It was my horse, my partner. Now I'll be real, the first few rides were rough. I was all over the place with the controls, crashing the fences, stopped in the middle of the trails like an amateur cowboy. But then something changed. The more I rode, the more natural it felt. The bond grew every time I brushed them down, every time I fed them, every time I heard that whinny when I whistled. And that's when it hit me. Rockstar didn't just give us horses, they gave us companions. At first, I thought having a horse in Red Dead Redemption 2 was just going to be a convenience. The way to get from point A to point B. I assumed the horse would be a tool for transportation, like many other games with similar mounts. But then the game kept throwing us into these moments together. Long rides through a storm, running from bounty hunters, barely making it out of shootouts alive. And suddenly, this horse wasn't just a ride, it was my lifeline. I remember one time we were bolting across the plains with gunfire snapping past us, and the way my horse carried me to safety, it felt like survival wasn't just pulling me through. It was us, together. And that's where the emotional side snuck in. Feeding them an apple after a rough ride, brushing the mud off their coat, even just calling them and hearing them whinny in response. It builds this quiet rhythm of trust. And before I knew it, I wasn't just playing a game. I was caring about a horse, a digital horse, and somehow it felt completely real. Here's where things get wild, because yeah, it's just a video game horse, right? But in Red Dead Redemption 2, it doesn't feel that way. Loyalty in this game is built through every little detail. Call your horse, and no matter what's happening, gunfire, storms, chaos, they will come charging through to reach you. They don't hesitate. They don't wander off. They don't let you down. They're just there, always. And that's what sets it apart from companions in other games. Most sidekicks feel like tools. They carry your loot, maybe say a line or two, and half the time, they're just in the way. But your horse in Red Dead Redemption 2, they're dependable. They'll ride with you into danger, carry you for miles, and stick with you through everything. That loyalty isn't loud or flashy, it's subtle, and that's why it feels real. It made me question, why did this digital creature feel so alive to me? Why did I care more about this horse than half the NPCs I met in the game? Maybe it's Rockstar's design, maybe it's the animations, or maybe it's just the game makes you slow down and pay attention. But whatever it is, it stopped being just AI. It felt like trust. And then the moment comes when that loyalty is tested. If you'd played the story, you know exactly what I mean, because eventually you lose your horse. The first time it happened, I wasn't ready. 1 second we're riding, the next, chaos, gunfire, and suddenly my horse is down, and I panic. I wasn't thinking about Arthur, or the mission, or even the enemies. I was just desperately trying to save my horse. And when I realized I couldn't, I felt actual grief. I sat there, staring at the screen, not wanting to move on. That's when I realized something. This wasn't just about gameplay anymore. It was about loss, about how we get so attached, even to something virtual, that letting go hurts. And it reminded me that bonds, real or digital, can shape us. It taught me resilience too, to honor the ride we had, to carry the memory, and to keep going, even when it hurts. Here's the genius behind it all. Rockstar made the bond mechanical. 4 levels of trust, each one giving real benefits. More stamina, more health, better handling. It's all tied to the relationship you build. The way you reach those levels isn't by grinding experience. It's by caring, feeding, brushing, calming, petting. Little actions that mean everything. And it's not just the quiet moments either. Riding through rough terrain, charging through combat, or even just exploring the map together. It all adds up. Every shared moment stacks into the bond, and that's why it feels so real, because the mechanics and the emotions are woven together. You don't just earn trust, you live it. Now, let's get a little strategic, because bonding with your horse isn't just emotional, it's practical to gameplay. People often ask, does bonding make a bad horse good, or a good horse great? Honestly, it's a bit of both. Scrappy little nag from the stables will never outrun a purebred, no matter how much love you give it. But bonding does make every horse the best version of itself. An average horse becomes reliable. A great horse becomes legendary. And in high-stakes situations, that bond is everything. Escaping bounty hunters, hunting dangerous game, or racing to complete a mission, your horse's trust can literally decide if you succeed or fail. A fully bonded horse won't spook as easily. They'll ride smoother under pressure, and they'll keep pushing even when things get rough. So, how do you bond efficiently? It's simple. Treat your horse right from day one. Feed them, brush them, pat them when they're nervous, and ride them often. Even just calling them over builds that connection. If you're consistent, you can max out bonding pretty early in the story, and the difference is night and day. At level 4, your horse isn't just stronger and faster. They feel like they are in sync with you. And in Red Dead Redemption 2, that's the edge you need. Here's the part I didn't expect. After all those hours in Red Dead Redemption 2, the bond with my horse actually changed how I thought about loyalty in real life. That quiet, dependable kind of loyalty, the kind you can count on no matter what. That stuck with me. It's the kind of dependability I hadn't come to expect from people, but here it was in a video game, from an NPC with no dialogue, just unwavering loyalty. It even made me more grateful. If I could care that much about a bunch of pixels on the screen, then maybe I should be paying more attention to the real people and real connections in my life. RDR2 isn't just telling me a story about outlaws. It reminded me to value trust, care, and those everyday bonds we sometimes take for granted. And that's what makes this game so powerful. It proves that interactive storytelling isn't just entertainment. It's connection. It's emotion. It's the reason a horse in a video game can leave such a lasting mark. So yeah, maybe it was just a horse, but to me, it was more than that. And that's why, years later, I still remember every ride. But that's my story, and I want to hear yours. Did you bond with your horse in Red Dead Redemption 2 the way that I did? Drop your story in the comments, because I guarantee I'm not the only one who cried over a horse in this game. And if you enjoyed this ride, hit like, subscribe, stick around for more deep dives. As always, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time.